Welcome along on comms, Stevie Dempsey, just in case you're not recognising those familiar Irish tones.
Yeah, delighted to be here. Well, I'd much rather be out there, but
I was about to say, yeah.
Unfortunately, my weekend was cut short, thanks to Josh Kemp. But yeah,
It's not been many times in recent events that it's got to a quarter-final we've not seen you in it, so you're probably due one. But yeah, super performance by Josh yesterday. It was a great match between you two, as it often is.
Yeah, I guess then Josh, I don't think he played well against Phil, he was saying this morning, but anyway, the standard is so high, and yeah, unless you're on your game every match, you're not going to win. But yeah, so it's Rob who's in first. I'm not actually sure who broke first there. Rob, was it?
It was Rob, yeah. It was a good break as well.
So he comes up, he's a little bit of work to do with the one on the left, but yeah, if he can just play this with left hand side, it doesn't matter if he flicks the red or the yellow. Once he clears the path, like he could flick this red and stick it to the rail and be on the other one, but maybe I'd imagine he's going to try and move the yellow and he's going to be on the one to the opposite corner, is what he'd be thinking. And he hasn't. Yeah, it's just the side hasn't taken off the cushion there. Super slidey cushions, but he's still okay. He's in decent shape here. He can come around the back of it if he wants to, or he can go one cushion and into it. Probably go the one cushion.
Yeah, he was so far off that. It makes me question if he was even trying to play the shot you suggested, and that's not come out nice.
No. Yeah, he needed to play that a bit pacier, I guess. I think he was trying to play the yellow there. Didn't really make sense to go into the red, but yeah, I'd be disappointed not to have got this one out.
May go close to a kick shot here. What was he thinking? Looking for a little cocked hat. Not to be. Brings Decky to the table, and this is manna from heaven, really, if you're Declan Brennan.
Yeah, and I think he's got he can play a nice snooker here on his first shot and just open up his two awkward balls. Just run the white ball to the side rail here and tuck in. A couple other scores in the last 16 at the minute. We've got Cormac Kerr 3-2 up against Ryan Marcus, and then Tom Cousins is leading Cameron Tully 2 frames to 1.
Yeah, the island of Ireland going well again on the Pro Series. Almost feels like a bit of a shame, I'm sure, for some fans from across the Irish Sea that Cormac and Ryan both going well, have drawn each other at this stage. But whoever does make it through will be up against a challenge in the quarter-final. They face the winner of Cam Tolley and Tom Cousins. He's just biding his time here in this one.
Landed a little tricky. He's got a red to the middle, but he is hampered here. Maybe he can just cue past it. You see Deck is sporting the glove this weekend.
You always dig him out for that. So it was an edition in Morocco, and I just wonder if he's a slightly superstitious bloke, and obviously brought him some success there, and it stayed warm, so it stayed on his hand ever since. Having said that, I will say, even though it is pretty Baltic out on the promenade this weekend, it's pretty warm in the
warm,
venue.
Yeah. It's not really like sweaty warm. It's just, yeah, I guess it is warm. It's not the most well air-conditioned hotel I've ever been in, but it's definitely been worse than this.
Yeah,
before.
I think that's fair to say.
Oh, it's a beautiful shot.
What a shot, Rob Wharne.
He's not on this though. I don't think it's going to be another.
I think he can turn it maybe though.
Oh, that is tough. I think it's his best option, but yeah, it's tricky. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Oh.
What an out from Rob Wharne. Those last two shots were pretty special from the whacker.
Yeah, he's caught them beautifully.
This is such an odd break, because it doesn't make any sense how this break is so good for him. Because it seems to be almost like a bit of a cheat code, because you get the advantage of the cut break and the front ball all in one.
Yeah, I think it's the conditions. The balls are new, the cloth is new. Everyone is just playing like that. I don't know if that would work on every table.
He does. He did say earlier. I asked him about it on his interview after he won earlier on, and he said it doesn't work on like a club table. And new cloth, you know, it works great, but you try it on a club table, you're getting no joy whatsoever. But Declan Brennan isn't playing on many club tables. You know what I mean?
Oh, and he's in off here, is he? Oh, it's just gonna come up nicely. He's actually landed perfect. And I think that yellow next to the red goes in the centre. So a really good opportunity here for Deck now to get back on level terms. Use all of the pocket there.
Line was good. Pace wasn't enough.
Yeah, he's happy though. I think he can just drop the one in the corner and then use his two in the centre last. Unless he tried to move that because he's not sure if it goes, but from the overhead on this one it looks like it definitely drops in centre, but we've been misled by this before.
Yeah, not your first rodeo on comms, is it?
As you can see that Ryan Marcus has got it back to 3 frames each, but Cormac Kerr haven't been 3-0 down, and Deck obviously doesn't think that this yellow goes, so he looks like he's played on the double. Yeah, sorry, I was just saying that Ryan Marcus is bringing it back. He's actually he's in for a chance to go 4-3 up, having been 3-0 down against Cormac.
Well, anyone I've spoken to who's watched Ryan Marcus this weekend has said how impressed they have been with him. He's had some really, really good results.
He's a terrific player. Ryan, really, really talented. And yeah, I think he's going to be an absolute class act in a couple of years.
It's crazy to think he's only 20 years of age, isn't it?
Yeah. I think he might only be 19.
It's scary, isn't it?
Very tricky shot for Deck here. And he's got it. Oh.
Couldn't have been much closer.
I thought it was in when it was coming back off the rail.
Wouldn't have been on the 8 ball anyway. Yeah, shake of the head from Decky. Not an ideal start for him in this match. He's had 2 frames there that he will feel he should have won to be 2-0 in front. And it's likely that he's now going to go 2-0 behind. Still a long way to go in a race to 7, of course, but it's certainly not where he'd like to be. That's a lovely shot from Rob.
That is almost unhittable, this yellow. Unless he can... Oh, actually, sorry, he can get round the back of this up to 2 cushions. I thought he was too close, but it's a good snooker all the same.
Yeah. Seems to me that people are just struggling a little bit. We've not seen many people get out of snookers and make pots this weekend. The cushions seem to have been quite difficult to judge, from what I can tell. Not quite. Now, your experience when you were out there, I don't know if you had any shots that would sort of test it out, but the cushions seem to be playing very, very slidey this weekend.
Yeah, they are. They're playing slidey. You know, and it's hard to, I suppose, you know, you can go 3 or 4 or 5 frames without really having to play a shot where the slide shows, and then, you know, it can get into your head as well. On the next time you're playing a shot, you're overcompensating, and it can be difficult to judge. But I mean, the tables are beautiful. I don't mind playing on them. It's just, I suppose, when you've got new cloths on, it's just the way it is. Try and avoid playing any extravagant doubles as much as you can, would be my advice.
That's pretty good advice, I would suggest, yeah.
Yeah, so Rob is plumb here to go 2 frames in front. Just on the other table, just next to them, I can see Cormac Kerr has come back to the table here, and he looks like he's got a pretty good chance to go 4-3, although a bit of work still to do. He's played a nice shot there. Oh, he's just flicked the yellow. Sorry.
That's all right. Multi-view is difficult, we know that. So Rob Wharne knocks in the 8 ball to go 2-0 in front. I think we will be able to just ticking scores over on stream 3. What a break that is from Rob Wharne.
That is a monster, and he's been a bit unlucky because they were all.
I'd say he's been very unlucky.
They were coming out absolutely plumb, and the last 2 balls just rolled to the cushions, and it's just left things very tricky.
I think if that yellow in the top right had just gone straight in rather than jawing and making a bit of a mess, I think he's almost halfway out already. But a little bit of work now to do on these yellows.
Decided to come down for bottom 2, but
I have to assume the yellow sneaks by the red at the top left. Yeah, he's playing it now.
I think he's playing a cushion first. Yeah, and he missed it.
Declan comes to the table for the 3rd straight frame. This is probably the toughest scenario he's faced yet, though.
As we see, Ronan McCarthy.
He's giggling away.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's in
It
the
takes quite a lot to get Ronan to crease up like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, he's sitting beside one of the characters here this weekend, Phil Craig. He's a funny man. This is a tricky shot. Oh, that never really looked on to me, that shot.
Yeah, just some early signs of frustration from Declan Brennan. Not gone his way so far.
A careless one from Rob, and he's freed up. Deck's awkward red. I don't think it goes inside it, but still not the best of shots from Rob. I mean, Deck hasn't got a whole pile to go at here. He could play the yellow or play the red into the left-hand corner and try and flick the red. He might. Not sure if he's angled to do that or not, but what I would be doing is just playing this red down on top of the other 2 and try and cover the yellow. Oh. Could do that either. I didn't think he could get that in, but
somehow that stayed up. I'll tell you, Ryan Marcus has gone 4-3 in front, having been 3-0 down against Cormac Kerr. Keep you abreast with all the action on the other 2 tables. You don't miss a thing here. Quarterfinals are about to be in play, but before that, Tom Cousins and Ryan Marcus currently lead 4-2 and 4-3, respectively, in the final last 16 matches.
So Rob has played a very relatively poor shot there. He wanted to get back further so he could play the last turn, but doesn't. That's an excellent shot that he's played there, because he could very easily have freed up the pocket for his other red. I mean, Deck will be relatively happy that he's getting back to the table here, with a half a chance, because if he makes this, he's got a long double, which is pretty much good for him. And I think that's what we're going to see him do here. Take on the red and just give himself a whack at the last one. And it's there.
So which pocket are you thinking for this red?
You know, I think he's going to play it in the left-hand centre. You know,
looks like the most natural one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Has he got to worry a little bit about these 2 yellows blocking his line to the 8 ball?
You know, he might play a safety here, because if he can get the white back down to the right-hand side, you know, there's not a lot on for Rob. It's not there. It's not the worst white ball, and he's got the red close to the pocket, so it's a pretty good shot. I think Rob can cut this one in on the right hand side. You know, or he could play a snooker. Just nestle on the one on the left hand side. It's going to block. Yes, I think that's what he's going to do.
Coming at this from the right-hand side. So not looking to pot it. He certainly wasn't looking to go in off.
No. Yeah, he's just made a few errors in this match deck, and he needs to be very careful to, I suppose, try and get himself back into the match here, because Rob is not going to.
I mean, you'll know better than me there, Steve. What was Deck trying to do there?
I think he was just trying to bounce it and leave the white close to the pocket.
Okay.
You know? And just basically, he knew he was going to be leaving a shot for Rob, but maybe just leave it as difficult as possible.
I just wonder if he had access to the left side rail, at least he could play a similar sort of shot, but at least sort of he'd have a reasonable chance of potting it with a hit, as opposed to he couldn't pot it from the right side rail, really.
Oh,
it's amazing how much more difficult that shot then becomes. You almost beat yourself before you've even played it.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing how much of the game is played in your head. You know, if you played to have the white where you had it, you'd be happy. And then sometimes you should be better. You know, you're going into it with a negative mindset.
Declan with another big break. Didn't get an amazing split, but he's still got plenty of action. He's still got a ball home, and he gets first go in this one. It is tricky.
Yeah, I just noticed. Oh, he's missed it by a long way. He's struggling. I just noticed as well that he changed break cue on that shot.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, good spot. He was playing with a new break cue, I think, this weekend. So I wonder if he's just reverted back. Rob's going to happily take these red off his hands. It was a tricky opening red, but it was certainly a gettable one for a player Declan's Billy.
He's got the natural angle here to just play the one in the pocket and disturb the black, and if that comes out right, it should be a good chance. It can definitely go wrong. And he's missed the cannon. Is he on anything? He's not. He's got a very thin cut into the left hand corner, but that's about it. You know, and he's still going to face that issue with the black tied up to the red.
Yeah, that's a shake of the head for Rob Wharne. That tells you everything you need to know. He's had a little look at this red to the bottom right. I don't think he can see it. Might be a cushion first sort of job. But where's the cue ball going after that? Will be the cut in the middle. This is tough. I bet he can't believe he's overcut that.
And you know what? He was actually perfect on the one on the right hand side to play the cannon then. So Declan really, you feel, really needs to take advantage in this frame.
Yeah, and he took a breather at the end of the third frame, which almost certainly meant leaving the arena, recomposing himself, giving himself a bit of a G up, threw everything into the break, and he missed his first pot, and all that sort of pep talk just dies down a fraction. Now is the time to switch on and go again. Visits now in all 4 frames of this quarter-final.
second prize. He's just caught the knuckle and come back up onto this one. It's getting tricky though, because that 8-ball, I'm not really sure how he's planning to go about it. He might just stun this on and off the cushion. He seems to be going up the table.
Oh, it's a great shot.
That's a very, very good shot. Under pressure there as well, not being where he wanted to be, but
That's an excellent shot from Declan Brennan. Really, really needed that.
needs another one.
Yeah, perfect. This yellow must now go to the bottom right. Wasn't originally sure if it did, but Deck's position there has told us. It's just a case of dotting the I's and crossing the T's now for Declan Brennan. He's done all the hard work.
It's fine. He can follow top it through and play the ball to the left centre. I'd like to go a little bit further. He might play this to the corner now.
Yeah, depends how he lines it up. He may well be dead straight on this.
He's going to the centre. And he's got it.
Yeah, and it goes heart the pocket. He needed that. He really needed that, did Deck. 3-1 down.
It was pretty much, he has to put him on the hill really, and
Wharne got away with one there because that cue ball was angling straight towards that corner pocket, but it stayed up. And he's got a very, very presentable chance here on yellows.
Extension call.
slipping himself, has he? Was he on that? Oh, that's tight. I don't think, from here it doesn't look like he is, but
The cue ball just been slightly smaller, I think. Yeah.
Oh, he was.
He's on it fine. Oh, he's got away with one there. Deck's the sort of player to just take that in his stride, or will he be a little bit frustrated in his seat, just watching that sort of thing?
I mean, Deck has already awarded himself with the title of World's Unluckiest Player, so I think that'll be just one of the, he'll add that one to the list.
I think there's a few people who want to give themselves that prize.
I know myself and Deck have good banter. He reckons I'm the luckiest player in the world. I think he's the unluckiest, or he thinks he's the unluckiest.
Well, Rob will be thinking he's pretty unlucky right now. That's not come out for him at all, and he's got to find a shot here. I don't know where this 8-ball goes. Looks like it's blocked to the middle pocket. He can't treble it. Any ideas?
Might be a treble. Yeah, the one he's looking at. Treble to the corner.
It's close.
It's close, but no cigar.
Oh, Declan, you unlucky man. Comes to the table with all your reds and just the 8-ball. He's going to play safe first. Little bit of insurance here because the 8-ball is on a rail. Rob will have to play an absolute miracle shot to get out of this and pop the 8-ball. But I think he can go one cushion.
Yeah, I mean, I'd feel for Deck if this one goes in.
Yeah, there might be something to it if this one goes in, but he's played the right shot there. Oh, he's got a good hit.
You know what? He got it moving. Oh, and has he put that right safe on the side cushion? Look at the white still spinning. Oh, I think he can still play the red in off the red, the one that's just below the centre. Anyway, if it is,
yeah, just bump it out a fraction.
Yeah, or he's got the option. He can move it for sure. But all of a sudden, this match could be going 3-2, and it was all sort of one-way traffic.
Could easily be 5-0.
Exactly.
Both players have had their moments. It's not felt like a particularly nervy match in any way, but ooh, it's a little bit of a surprise. I think he did play that with an eye that he wouldn't leave the 8-ball. I think he played that with cue ball in mind, but a little bit surprised Deck hasn't made that. You can't keep giving a player like Rob Wharne a chance at the 8-ball.
Absolutely not.
This is easier than the last one.
Rob is someone who likes to have a whack at it. And I feel Deck needs to take these out now in one visit. As we look over the other table, Cormac Kerr is in for a chance to go 5 apiece with a very nice layout on yellows.
Yeah, it's potentially all to play for in that match.
Yeah,
into the 15-second shot clock zone they are as well. It's going deep.
Probably be about 7 minutes on the clock by the time he finishes.
I tell you, Tom Cousins has just knocked off Cameron Tolley. His run in Pro Series 9, a very respectable one, is over. And Tom Cousins marches on to another quarter-final. He awaits the winner of Cormac and Ryan. And that's for wicked there, because they'll be straight back on pretty much. There's the plan from Declan. You can see he's moving that red away. He should be home and hosed. Just wiped his feet a touch there. This is far from a vintage Declan Brennan performance at the moment. He's 3-2. He's in the hunt to square things up. Wasted his opportunity on the 8-ball.
Extension call. Red ball's in play.
Oh, Rob.
That is a careless one, and it's one that can be missed. They can be tricky to judge at times, those, but still one that you would expect him to get. And it's left Deck in a nice position because he can play the loss of turn whatever way he wants.
Well, these matches, Stevie, I always find absolutely fascinating to watch. They're murder to play in if you're one of these two players, because every time one of them comes to the table, don't trust them to take it out.
Yeah.
You just never know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's pool's a funny old game because I suppose they're at the quarter-final stage now. both these players are known. You know, semi-final is a huge feat to get to in these tournaments, and it's sort of where I suppose you can allow yourself to start thinking about winning the tournament. So they both know what's on the line here, and he's played that lovely.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a particularly nervy start. Certainly from Rob, I didn't really feel like it was nerves for Declan. Maybe it's just a couple of poor shots, but what it's turned into now, into our 6th frame here, is it's got a genuinely quite nervy vibe to it, doesn't it? Helping if these 2 yellows can go back to back from each other. Yeah, and he's fine. He's just bounced a little bit on him. I think he's all right. So in the match over on stream table 3, Brian Marcus is at the table with a chance to win the match.
He's missed.
And Stevie Dempsey is keeping a very watchful eye on that one. Cormac Kerr jumps to the table to try and take things to 6-5.
There's only
lovely for Declan.
3 minutes 15 seconds on the clock for Cormac, but he's got a very tricky layout. One that you probably wouldn't normally go for, but I suppose given the time of the clock, he has to, make something happen here. That's a nice shot from Deck.
Yeah, well judged.
And all of a sudden, this match clock is ticked away down to 17 minutes, and Deck.
I think he's one of the few who's actually got a winning record against Tom Cousins. I think he's played 1-1-1.
Yeah, I actually commentated on that game. That was in Pro Series 5, I think.
I think we commentated on that one. I think I remember watching that. He was brilliant.
He's a solid player, and improving all the time. I think he's got a really bright future ahead of him in the game. You can just see the way he thinks about the game as well. He's quite methodical, but he's an excellent cueist as well. So,
and what some of his mates find quite funny is, I always remark that he's got quite a mature head on young shoulders, but as pretty much all of the Northern Irish team in Morocco could testify, not quite the case when you get to know him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
but he is only a very, very young man. I mean, he's got to be allowed to be that. But on the table out there, he shows a real maturity in the arena, that's for sure. And you can see that quarter-final, which will be Marcus versus Cousins. That gets underway at 10:30. That's when the other quarter-final starts as well. That's Phil Harrison against Liam White. That will be on table 2. Marcus v Cousins will be on stream table 3. We're going to stay right here. 3 apiece, Rob Wharne and Declan Brennan, where it feels like we're going into the trenches. Wharne at the table.
Yeah, he wants to just be careful with this one, because he needs to play it tough enough that he can get out past the 8 ball. And he's missed. Oh, I thought it was just going to stick up. He looked like he caught a decent bit of the cushion there. Badly needed frame, this one for Rob.
Yeah, just stops the rot. He's lost the last 3 in a row, and now he wins one.
Good song, and it's it's not easy. Some days you just go out there and you just cannot find the break. Yeah, he's just taking his time. He knows this is huge for him. He needs to get this one right.
Yeah, full respect for him for standing up off that shot with a little bit of noise in the background. Crunch.
And he's dry.
Is he? Yes. If you've been watching this now.
Yeah, a few of his Northern Ireland teammates there. Jerry Heaney, Ronan McCarthy and Big Rab.
So red's the choice. The one just above the yellow on the left side rail is problem ball. The one next to it isn't particularly nice either. So much so, he's tucking up. Just with a little bit of a containing shot more than anything else. Can't really do much more there. Rob's digging. That's not worked out nicely for him. Is he thinking 3-ball plan? He was. Oh, what a shot that is. What a super shot this is. Looked like he was in a real bit of bother there, Rob Wharne. That's come out beautifully for him.
That really was a terrific shot that I suppose to spot and execute to get the red away from there as well. I suppose when Deck left the table after breaking, he probably didn't think that the finish was on, and even though he's disappointed not to get a ball, he thought he'd probably get back to the table, and he's played that perfect as well to leave himself a nice angle to come down here. So yeah, Rob's just upped his game a little bit in the last couple of frames here. He's managed to regain his clinical nature from the beginning of the match. And have I spoke too soon? Nope.
It's perfect, I think.
Yeah, so I presume the 8-ball goes in the centre.
Certainly hope so. If it doesn't, he's in real trouble. But he looks pretty confident around the table. It's always the first clue that I look for.
Yeah, it's all we can really go off. We're up here in the commentary booth. And that is a terrific finish.
Yeah, very well done.
At this stage of the match, he's taking them brilliantly.
I'm not sure how, but it's dry. Not too sure he can do much more, Rob Wharne. Caught those nice.
Yeah, Declan will be looking for a reprieve here. These yellows are sitting pretty nicely. It's as good a chance as he could have asked for.
Yellow balls in play.
One little yellow to work out, but I think he could probably just drop one into the centre, the one that's just below that red. I don't think he'll try and move it.
Yeah, from here the connections are all nice, aren't they? Just wonder with the 8-ball, if it goes bottom right, it would be ideal if it did, but not too much of a problem if it doesn't. See, there it does. So this actually is about as routine a clearance as you can get from here for Declan. Break next, this to go 5-4.
Just needs to be careful here not to leave himself with too much of an angle on his last ball in the centre, because he definitely doesn't want to be running away from the 8 ball. I know it goes in the corner, but it's not a full pocket. Yeah, he's okay there, but he's still going to be drifting here. See, that's what he's come around to look at. You know, he doesn't want to be down near the pocket area here. He can stun on and off the cushion, or it's probably just catch the cushion just above the knuckle. Yeah, just something like that.
Yeah, good call. 15-second shot clock now in play. We are into the witching hour of this quarter-final. Declan Brennan slams in the 8 ball. 5-4. Declan's break next.
So Dec will be praying to the gods he can get a ball here. Dry on his last one. Does not want to be dry this time. Oh no. He will be fuming.
Those are the ones that make you feel truly sick.
How is this ball not gone to centre? Oh my god.
One at the top left as well, looked like it was home, and you can just watch the facials of Declan Brennan. He knew.
That is heartbreaking. I mean, for a player not to get a ball there, I mean, Rob is going to be licking his lips at these yellows.
Yeah, these should be gone. And he has to break in the next to potentially go and win the match. There's a chance that that was Declan's last shot at the table.
I presume he's going to play the double on that yellow. Or is he just... Yeah, I think he might be leaving it as his last ball to double the yellow and come down for the 8 ball. This has gone awkward. He's gone the wrong way about these. He should never be leaving this as his last ball, I don't think. He's going to have to play a good shot in a minute.
Yeah, this feels like a bit of a wind-up, doesn't it? He's going to cue this beautifully.
Still got his extension here. Yeah, it's a big shot. Needs to play this with left-hand side to drift down. Needs to be really good cueing here. And he's played that brilliantly.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect.
He's a super curious Rob when he's on song.
Yeah, he really is, isn't he? You never really feel too worried about him making a pot. It's sometimes his cue ball can be a little bit loose when he's not maybe at his best, but when he's at his best, there are a few better than Rob Wharne.
I love watching Rob play because he wears his heart on his sleeve. You never really know what you're going to get, but
well, in the 8 events previous to this one,
and look at these reds.
This year, Rob has had 4 quarterfinals. It just shows you that he's good in it. If you're good enough to get to a quarterfinal in this event, you're good enough to go and win the tournament. For me, if you can string together the wins required. Oh, right, it's all going to foul then. No, extension was called, and this is to win it, and it would be a big win for Rob as well. This match will face Dave McNamara in the semi-final.
You know, he's got away with one there. I don't think that's what he played. I think he played to be on his other red. But he's perfect. Yeah, he just needs one pot. Probably got a bit more angle here than he wanted to, but I don't think he had the best angle on his last one to get close. So he needs... Oh, he's going for the left pocket here. He obviously didn't think... And it's just
the slow death.
Yeah, I thought that was sticking up.
Painful for Declan Brennan, but Rob Wharne is your winner